Could you clarify the package that went the other way for Steve Mason?
Michael Leighton and a third-round draft pick in 2015.
Okay.
Paul, what have your scouts seen in Mason? Because, you know, from the surface, just since his rookie year, it seems like he hasn't quite met those expectations. But what have your people seen that made him desirable to you?
Well, I think he's bounced back a little better this year. Obviously, Sergey has just taken over the spot there. Steve's still a young goalie. Still has a lot of upside. Jeff Reese, our goalie coach, studies a lot of goalies in the league like Steve, thinks there's something there. So it's certainly, you know, moving forward, he's a guy that we had an interest in.
How exactly does he work into your plans? Do you see him as a backup?
Well, we see him as one of our two goalies, not only for the rest of this year, but moving forward. So we'll just leave it at that for now.
He's unrestricted, Paul, after this
No.
year?
No. He's 25 years old. You need to be older than that to be unrestricted.
What is his status then after this
He's a
year?
restricted free agent.
Okay. How does that play into the other goalie that you have, Brizgalov?
He's under contract.
I mean, you have both.
You need two goalies.
Who's the backup tonight?
Well, Neil Little probably will take warm-up, and we'll hopefully get Cal Heater in at some point during the game.
Does Neil Little have to be signed to a 2-hour contract or something?
That's why it took me so long to get here to talk to you guys. It was tough negotiation.
I guess earlier today you also picked up Adam Hall on waivers. Can you talk about that and what he adds?
Max Talbot's out for the year. It was an easy decision. Adam's a guy that's been around. He's a bigger guy, can play left wing, center, right wing. It's depth and experience.
Paul, there's a lot of talk out there about the fact that right now you'll have $9 million tied up in goalies theoretically for the following year. Is there any? That's sort of unusual. I mean, do you plan on doing it?
I don't think it'll be $9 million next year, Wayne. I think there's a way you can work with Steve and his agent to get his salary down a little bit. I don't think that'll be an issue.
What do you think happens with a guy that had so much success when he was so young, you know, with the junior team and then Rookie of the Year? And you think he's with a franchise that doesn't win a lot. So do you think that played into it? Do you think he's just...
No, you know what? I don't know what's gone on there. We like Steve as a young goalie. We still think there's a tremendous upside there. So we'll bring him in and work with him and try to help him achieve his goals of becoming a better goalie as well.
Was there any more anything you were close on or anything that you looked at today?
No. You know, it's with all our injuries and stuff. It's tough to. We did a lot of listening the last few days, but never really pushed hard for anything to happen.
In regards to Mason, he's an RFA after the season. Will you look to get a new deal done prior to the end of this season, or
Yes.
will you let it go? You've already had talks with the agent?
Yes.
Usual suspects that people were calling about, and you had to say no.
Well, you know what? We like our young group. I've said this to you guys all year, and I'll say it again today. We like our young group. I think we can still make a little push here. We'll see what happens over the final 13 games, but we have a lot of good young players that we like, and I think a lot of other teams like them too. So we didn't want to do anything to disrupt that, and we'll ride out the rest of the year and try to make our playoff push and see what happens.